welcome to ATV. I'm Crystal Brown here with Tony Anderson. How are you doing?
I'm very well, and you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great.
Now you might know and recognize Tony. He is the mayor of SeaTac, but he also, that's just a part-time gig, I'm understanding. You have quite a few other hats that you wear, including you are a police officer.
I am.
Can you tell us a little bit about that position?
Well, the mayor job is again part-time. It's just a position within the city council where we run the council meetings, and my day job is I'm a commander with the Port of Seattle Police Department.
Now, I understand you're with the detective division there. What is exactly your title and your position?
Well, technically, my title is Commander Criminal Investigations Division.
Wow.
But the detectives work for me.
So now that would be more of your full-time job.
That's my full-time job.
But you're also the mayor of a pretty big city here at SeaTac.
I'm the mayor of a great city.
A great city.
It is a great city.
Now, how did you come into that position, being a police officer and moving over to become the mayor?
It was an interesting, I was at a point, I continue with my police job during the days, and I took a look at the position, and most of the meetings are at night. Got a great town. And several of my friends said, hey, you ought to be on the city council. I started on the city council. And a bunch of my friends said, we need you on the city council. So not knowing, I'm probably not as smart as I look, but they said, yeah, you got to do it. So I did it. I started pounding signs and knocking on doors and got elected 7 years ago and wound up being the mayor.
And so since you were elected by your peers, your other council members.
That's true.
They elected you to the position of mayor, and you've been there for 6 months now?
Yes.
So how has your first 6 months been as the mayor of SeaTac?
Exciting. Again, to educate the rest of the folks, the city council is elected by the people. We go out and knock on doors, and we're elected in the election every November. And then from the city council, the members of the city council elect the mayor. And so basically all I had to have was 4 votes to be the mayor.
And you're also a college instructor. Yes,
the Central Washington University has a branch campus over at Highline Community College, and a couple of quarters each year I teach different criminal justice classes to the law and justice majors at Central Washington.
Wow, so you are a busy man.
Yes, but that's a labor of love. I've been doing that for 20 years, and it is, I got to tell you, teaching is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
I can imagine. It is a lot of fun. Let's talk a little bit about your position as mayor. Mm-hmm. You've been there for 6 months. You were a council member before
yes.
For 7 years, and you were actually voted by your fellow council members into this mayor position. How's this last 6 months been going for you?
It's been busy. We are at, my little town is at a crux right now. We've got so many things going on that, so many things that could, potentially lead to huge things in the future that we're making some really important decisions right now.
Now, talk a little bit maybe about some issues. What are some, that you stepped up into this mayor position, mm-hmm. Are there any issues that you're facing, anything that concerns the public or concerns the council members?
I guess if you'd have to look at we're faced with a bunch of challenges. SeaTac is one of the most diverse cities in the country. Our high school, I've heard different quotes, but between 70 and 80 languages are spoken at home.
Wow.
In this, the students speak a different language at home than they speak at the high school. I was told that the zip code that covers part of SeaTac in the last census was the most diverse zip code in the country.
Wow.
So it's kind of between Foster High School and SeaTac High School is a delightful little bowl of diversity,
right.
and it's great. But we do have challenges. We have all of the challenges that face modern society. We've got challenges with healthy kids. We've got jobs. We have people that need jobs. The economy is tough right now. We have people that want to feel safe in their homes, and it's our responsibility to meet a lot of these challenges.
And this is a very public position, being a council member as well as a mayor. You have a lot of contact with the public.
Yes.
So do you feel any pressures at time being that person in that position to deal with such, first of all, such diversity, but such a large group of people?
Well, actually, I enjoy this stuff, to be honest with you. I've been a police officer for 30 years, and that's what a police officer is a problem solver. And in order to be a good problem solver, you have to be a good listener. And I got such a great little town that, people, you can say a lot of things about people in my town, but they're not shy. And they'll come up to you and talk to you on the street, and being as tall as I am, I'm easily recognizable, and people come up, and again, they're not shy, and they tell me what they need, and it's my job to do what I can to meet their needs.
You talk about how tall you are. You're 6'10", correct?
I am 6'10".
And I imagine that you probably played some sports back in school, am I guessing?
Back in the day.
Back in the day. I wasn't going to go there, but back in the day, I imagine you're still probably pretty active. You look fit.
That was one of our things in our city, the YMCA. One of the best things we ever did. You ought to see the YMCA. I go down there pretty regularly, and there's 15 different languages on the ellipters, and
Wow.
And you see Hispanics and Somalis and Samoans and Sikhs all lifting weights, and it's really
Awesome.
cool. But yeah, 6'10", they force you to play basketball, and I did play in college, Seattle Pacific University, and I wasn't very good.
Weren't very good. I heard that you were a professional over in Australia at some point.
That was
somebody leaked
a
that.
little bit later. Yeah, okay, the guys that I always like to say, well, you played at Seattle Pacific. Well, it was more like I had a good seat for all of the games.
Okay.
I'm one of the guys that waves the towels when the real players come off the court. But,
Still an important position.
Yeah, and so I got, and actually it did open up some doors. I got to play professionally in Australia for a while. I played professionally in France for a while,
Oh, wow.
and it gave me a lot of opportunities that I wouldn't have otherwise had.
That's awesome. So family life, I imagine that you have children
I do.
and that they're probably pretty tall.
They're tall.
Now, are they in school or are they out of school on their own?
One's still in college. 3 are graduated, and and they're they're tall. They're about 6'8", 6'4", 6'4", 6 foot.
6 foot, okay.
But she's a girl.
So, well, still pretty tall, all in all.
She's legitimate.
So this is why you're able to be so busy. Your kids are, you said you have one in college.
Yeah.
The rest are off into the world.
Yep.
So you can fill your time being the mayor, police officer, instructor. Is there anything else that you do we haven't mentioned?
I've got a good gig going right now that's just starting up. I've been doing some consulting work with the International Association of Chiefs of Police.
Okay.
That's a long phrase,
That's-
but
Condensed it down, huh?
and it's an interesting challenge that's out there. In fact, next month we're going to be hosting some police chiefs from Iraq and from Kurdistan, and they're going to be coming to spend some time with the Port of Seattle Police Department.
Awesome.
And the program's called Policing in a Democracy, and we're going to try and show them how it's supposed to be done, not the way it's done in Iraq, and to bring them up to Western standards.
Okay.
We got proposals in from Iraqis, from Kurdistan. Egypt is also, there's going to be some Egyptian police chiefs coming over, and then we may do a turnaround and go over there and reinforce some of the lessons they learn here. So yeah, it's an adventure.
Incredible. And that's with your policing work.
That's with my policing
Not
work.
so much your mayor duties.
No.
Right. Those speak enough for themselves. So
Yes.
you have a year and a half left of
Yes.
your duty as a mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any plans or anything that you want to see changed? Obviously, a lot of your plans would be coming from the people. So
Yeah.
is there anything that you see a need for in your city that you really feel is important that you fulfill in your next year and a half?
Well, when you go through the problems that are actually, I guess I can't call them problems, the challenges that my city faces, again, it's being healthy, being safe, jobs, economy, and I think, which one of these do you attack first? And really, one of the solutions for all of them is education. And because, you know, if you think about it, if we have an educated citizenry, they can find jobs. Educated people don't go out and commit crimes. Educated people know how to do, you know, have healthy habits, and educated people are going to be the contributors for the next 50 years. And that's kind of what we're planning for our city for the next 50 years is how to get to that point where everybody's healthy and happy, make a good quality of life in my city.
That's an incredible goal.
It's a big goal. And hopefully we'll have some people after me that can continue the fight.
Well, thank you so much for being here and sharing your busy schedule
Absolutely,
to be here.
my pleasure.
And we look forward to seeing what you'll do in your city the next year and a half.
It's going to be an adventure.
Thank you.
Thank you.